She burst out laughing right there in the crowd. "He's so poor he couldn't even buy me a proper engagement ring." The whole group cracked up except for me. I stayed silent, forced a small smile, and simply turned and left. 2 weeks later, she appeared at my workplace and stopped dead in the doorway. What she saw erased that smug grin from her face forever. I'm Nathan, 29, and I learned the painful way that some people only want what you can hand them on a silver platter, not the person you actually are. I spent 2 years with Rebecca believing we were creating something solid. Turns out she was just waiting for me to create something costly. Rebecca and I met through common friends at a weekend cookout. She was witty, stunning, and appeared truly curious about my world. Back then, I was pulling crazy shifts, fighting to get ahead, and she claimed she respected my drive. We moved in together after 8 months. Started discussing marriage around the 1-year point. Everything seemed perfect. What she never realized, I was intentionally living far beneath my actual means. Way beneath. I drove a decade-old Honda, rented a simple apartment, shopped sales racks. I'd seen too many buddies get destroyed by partners who loved their bank balance more than their heartbeat. So I kept my money matters locked tight, even from Rebecca. The reality, I'd been in financial advisory for years and made some brilliant moves early. I wasn't loaded, but I was secure, extremely secure. Still, I needed to know that whoever I married wanted me, not my wallet. 3 months back, I got down on one knee. I'd picked a ring that was lovely but understated, around $3,000. Not cheap, but far from flashy. I thought it was timeless, refined, perfect. Rebecca said yes, tears, selfies everywhere, the full social media flood. But in the following weeks, I watched her excitement drain away. She'd stare at the ring with this unreadable look. She began following jewelers online, hearting pictures of gigantic rocks with captions like "dreams" and "one day." Then came her best friend Ashley's engagement bash 2 months ago. That's when the whole thing shattered. The venue was a fancy restaurant in the city center. Ashley's fiancé was a big-shot attorney who clearly measured love in carats. Her diamond was enormous, probably worth more than most vehicles. Every woman there kept snatching her hand, gasping, snapping pics. I was chatting with a bunch of people, Rebecca and her crew included, when Ashley flashed her ring for the 100th time. "It's breathtaking," Rebecca said, but I caught the sour note underneath. Brad went all in. He insisted I deserved nothing less. Ashley beamed, glancing at her man across the room. One of Rebecca's other friends, Monica, grabbed Rebecca's hand. "Come on, show yours again, Bex." Rebecca lifted her hand like it weighed a ton. Next to Ashley's boulder, mine looked tiny. "It's adorable," Monica said, and the pity dripped off every syllable. "Yeah," Rebecca muttered. Then she turned to me and something dark flickered across her face. "Well, it's what he could manage." The circle went silent. My gut twisted. Ashley jumped in fast. "It's gorgeous, Rebecca, truly elegant." But Rebecca was already rolling. Maybe the champagne, maybe weeks of bottled-up resentment. I mean, I accepted because I love him, obviously, but he's so broke he couldn't even spring for a decent ring. I practically had to plead for this one. That was a lie. She'd never hinted at wanting bigger. A couple of awkward chuckles floated up. Monica smirked. Some random guy snorted, "Ouch, man, brutal." Every eye landed on me, waiting for the explosion, the defense, the shame. I just smiled, said nothing. Took one last look at the woman I'd planned to marry and walked out. No scene, no yelling, just gone. I heard her behind me. "Nathan, oh my God, I was kidding, Nathan." I drove home, threw clothes in a duntal, checked into a hotel. She rang 47 times that night. I let it ring. Next morning I texted, "Come collect your things from the apartment today. I'll be gone all day. Leave the key." She fired back instantly. "Are you actually ending us over a stupid joke?" Me, that wasn't a joke. That was you revealing exactly how you see me. Her, "You're overreacting. I was just blowing off steam. You know I love you," me. "You shamed me in front of everyone because my ring wasn't flashy enough. We're finished." Her, "Nathan, please, I'm sorry. I was tipsy and envious. Can we talk?" I went dark. Spent the day hunting apartments, found a killer condo in a nicer neighborhood, signed the lease by sunset. Update 1. The next fortnight was a whirlwind of boxes and blocked contacts. Rebecca pulled every trick, showed up sobbing at the hotel, sent friends as messengers. Posted cryptic regrets online about screw-ups and second chances. I stayed radio silent, swapped my number, buried myself in work. At the same time, my career shifted gears. I'd been consulting, but for nearly a year I'd been quietly building my own VC fund focused on tech startups. It was finally exploding. We just locked a huge co-investment deal with a giant player, and I was stepping into the founder role full-time. My new office sat in a sleek downtown tower, floor-to-ceiling windows, my name etched on the door in brushed steel. The kind of address that turns heads. I didn't broadcast it. No posts, no bragging, just made the move. Meanwhile, Rebecca was unraveling. Mutual friends said she was fixated on tracking me down, convinced she could fix us, asking where I lived, where I worked now. One friend warned me over coffee. She's acting unhinged. Keep saying you're throwing away the best thing that ever happened to you, telling everyone you flipped out over nothing. Let her spin whatever fairy tale she needs, I said. Then the day arrived. I was mid-pitch with investors when my assistant tapped the glass. She looked rattled. Sorry to barge in, but there's a woman in the lobby insisting she sees you immediately, claims she's your fiancée. Security's ready to remove her, but I figured I'd ask. Ice shot through my veins. Give me 5 minutes, tell security to hold. I stepped into the lobby. There stood Rebecca, wild-eyed, practically wrestling the guard. The second she spotted me, hope flooded her face. Nathan, finally, tell them it's fine, we need to talk. You're not my fiancé, I said, voice steady. We ended things 2 weeks ago. Nathan, please, just hear me out. I've been trying to find you, I'm sorry, truly sorry. The guard glanced at me, I nodded, he eased back but hovered. You've got 3 minutes, I said, speak. She finally took in the lobby, really saw it. Polished stone floors, massive abstract paintings, the directory glowing on the wall. Her gaze snagged on my name beside a corner suite and the word founder. Her jaw dropped. You're the founder of what exactly? Tech venture fund. We just closed a monster partnership, moving from consultant to CEO. But you told me you were just a regular advisor, that beat-up car, that cramped apartment? I picked those things. On purpose. You deceived me, I almost laughed. I omitted details. Huge difference. Why hide that you're loaded? Because I needed to know if you loved me or my credit limit. Guess we both have our answer. Her face collapsed. That's not fair, you set a trap. I lived simply, you knew my values. You swore money was irrelevant if we had love. I paused. Then you dragged me in front of your friends because my ring wasn't Instagram-worthy. One mistake, Nathan, one. It wasn't a slip, it was honesty. You resented me for not flaunting wealth. That's the real you when you thought I had none. Tears streaked her cheeks, black trails of mascara. We can restart, I'll change, I promise. No, I signaled security. Please remove Miss Davis, she's not authorized here. Nathan, wait. I walked away, heard her wailing fade behind the closing elevator doors, felt absolutely nothing. No victory, no remorse, just a hollow space where feelings used to live. Update 2. The backlash hit her hard, not me. Rebecca flooded socials with essays about miscommunications and relationship tests. Party witnesses weren't buying. Screenshots of her original roast had spread like wildfire in our circle. Ashley, bless her, went public. Rebecca mocked Nathan at my own engagement party for not being rich enough. Now she's shocked he was successful the whole time and simply chose humility. That's not a misunderstanding, that's karma. Monica and a couple others tried painting me as the villain who tricked her, but the court of public opinion wasn't having it. Consensus, I dodged a missile. Rebecca kept trying for another week, letters to the office, work emails, LinkedIn messages. Finally, my lawyer fired off a cease and desist. Direct contact stopped cold. Word filtered back that she was bad-mouthing me to anyone with ears. Cruel, manipulative narcissist, set her up to fail. Whatever helped her cope. A month post-lobby scene, I heard she was dating some new guy she met at a club, flashy SUV, designer watches. I honestly wished her well, or at least wished her gone from my life. Mine, meanwhile, skyrocketed. The fund exploded. That first partnership spawned 2 more. In 6 months, we tripled assets under management. I bought the house I'd secretly loved for years, never dared while with Rebecca because explaining the cash would have blown my cover. Started dating again, easy and light. Met a woman at a tech conference 3 months post-breakup. Fellow engineer drove a rusty Subaru, rented a tiny place despite clearing 6 figures because she was gunning for financial independence by 40. We clicked instantly. Same wavelength, no pretense. Final update. Nearly a year later, company is crushing it. I'm with someone who shares my actual priorities. Last month I gave my girlfriend a birthday gift, small, handmade, deeply personal. She cried happy tears and said, "You really listen." That's all I ever wanted. Someone who sees thoughtfulness, not dollar signs. Heard Rebecca got engaged to Mr. Luxury SUV. Saw the post through a mutual's page. The rock was obscene, exactly her dream. She looked ecstatic in the photos, or at least ecstatic to be holding something pricey. Good for her. Sincerely hope the guy's fortune is real and that it's enough for both of them, me. I learned that vetting character isn't cruel, it's self-preservation. The right person loves you in a 10-year-old Honda and a one-bedroom rental, not just after you reveal the corner office. Above all, I learned public humiliation is a blessing in disguise. It rips the mask off when someone believes there'll be no fallout. Rebecca ripped hers off herself. I'm thankful. Better to discover at 29 than at 39 with kids, a dog, and a joint mortgage. I sleep like a baby. Can't speak for her, but that's no longer my concern.